Hey, hey, welcome to another episode of Midnight Quest, where tonight we will be concluding our hero's journey through the deep tunnels underneath the World's Edge Mountains, through the lower caverns of ancient Dwarven strongholds, all in an attempt to reach and rescue the Emperor and his army, who are besieged in Kellar's Keep, trapped there by Zargon's army. Tonight we are going to be following a group of heroes as they navigate Grin's Crag, the final area before they finally reach Kellar's Keep. There are plenty of monsters, plenty of dangers, and plenty of interesting mechanics, including a potential instant death hazard that all four heroes have to successfully pass over to complete the quest. So this should definitely be an interesting one tonight. That does mean we are going to be concluding book number 2 of our 14-book campaign, which is exciting. It's crazy to me that we're there already, which means tomorrow night we'll be starting book 3. As long as nothing totally disastrous happens in this quest anyway. It could happen. Yes. We've got some people in the chat already. Of course, Justin Pollitt is here. Hello, Justin. And Shamrock is here as well. Dang, getting through the campaign quick. Yes, we are. That is a side effect of doing this almost every night, I guess. Good to see both of you. Absolutely. By the way, everybody, I don't know if you've noticed. I know Justin pointed this out in a video a few nights ago, but go check out our About Twitch panels here over on Twitch. Those were actually created by Shamrock, so thank you, Shamrock, for that. Those all look fantastic, I have no idea how any of that stuff works, so very much appreciate the help on all that stuff. Cody says, time flies when you're questing, I suppose. And Shamrock says, thanks, glad to help. Yes. Shamrock also helped set up some stuff in the Discord, too, which has been absolutely fantastic, because I am an old man. About to be even older. Okay, let's get some quests set up going so that we can get this quest going on. As always, if you are hanging out in the stream tonight, don't be afraid to throw something in the chat so that I know you're there. We always have some great conversations in these things, so definitely don't be afraid to throw some stuff in there. If you have any suggestions or questions about lore or questions about game mechanics or just want to chat, any of that stuff, definitely throw some stuff in there because I want to hear from you. We're all friendly here. Speaking of, Shamrock says, did Sam tell you we're starting our hero quest tomorrow and teaching Michael how to play? Yes, yeah. He mentioned that during Sari's lesson today. Yes. That's exciting. We were discussing whether or not to start with the original The Coming Storm or First Light. Because those are kind of, there's a weird thing there. That's like a First Light is an alternate thing that's happening at the same time as the main thing. And I've never played those quests. So that's definitely an interesting idea. Okie dokie, let's figure out who's going on the quest tonight. I feel like totally lost for some reason. Justin says we're continuing First Light tomorrow. Awesome. Which quest are you on? Are you guys on now? Seems like last time we talked to you guys, we're getting ready to start quest 3, maybe? I might be remembering that wrong. Okay, regular viewers know, but just in case you happen to be new, Justin says I think 4. Oh, Shamrock says I think we're starting with the pre-campaign, whatever that's called. Haha, gotcha, yeah. Yeah, there's been some online quests that they've released too that are kind of like not a part of either of those things, which Sam, I imagine Sam will have found, and I've always gone back and forth as to whether to actually start with those. Anyway, there are 11 heroes currently in our ranks, but only 4 can go on each quest. So we have these Beatles cards here, which line up with a character randomizer sheet behind me that let us randomly assign 4 heroes to go on the quest tonight. Let's see who it's going to be. Our first hero tonight is the 6 of Diamonds, which is Moonstone the Druid. Where is Moonstone? There she is. She's short, so it's easy to lose her. Here is Moonstone. Now, Moonstone has a spell that allows her to change into a kind of bear form, and here is that. We'll go ahead and grab that mini out and set it aside. Our next hero is the Ace of Clubs, which I do believe is Sir Ragnar, Colonel of the Guardian Knights. We've been seeing Ragnar a lot in this book. There he is. Our next hero is the Jack of Hearts, which is Hogard Redmantle, the dwarf. Only fitting that a dwarf would go on this quest, since this has kind of been a bunch of dwarven strongholds. Here's Hogard. And finally, the 5 of Hearts, which is Thraken the Barbarian. So we don't have a whole lot of magic going into the quest tonight. It's all firepower. There is Thraken the Barbarian. Okay, I'm getting behind on chat. What's going on? Cody says, short and easy to lose, turns into a bear. Sounds like my old lady. Shamrock says, imagine George, Paul, Ringo, and John just casually going on a quest. Yes. Just as they did to America, and it changed everything. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, let's get some character cards up here, too, basically just so that I can remember the turn order. Let's see. There's Thraken. Everybody else must be at the bottom of the pile. Or I've missed them. Okay, there's Moonstone. There's Ragnar. In fact, I can even specifically remember going past Hogard. There are several dwarf cards in here, and I've just blatantly gone past every single one of them. Yeah, he's right at the top. Jeez. Yeah. Okie dokie, let's get their character sheets going as well. Let me go ahead and pull this over to me. So we have way bigger custom character sheets for all these guys, of course, so that they give us pretty much all of the information that we could need about any of these heroes. How many dice they throw for attack and defense, how many body points they have, how many spells they take into the quest, what kind of equipment they are taking in with them, what kind of items they have on them, what their personalities generally are, and also the skill set points that they have built. There's everybody. So the first thing that we need to do once we've got these out is we need to take a look at how skilled this particular set of 4 heroes is together, which is going to be us adding up all of their skill set points and comparing that to a monster difficulty scale chart. So the more experienced the group of heroes is, the harder the monsters are going to be too. And we've been getting really close to the level 3 difficulty, which is where all the monsters start getting extra body points. So let's see, we need to add 18 plus 18 plus another 18. Okay, everybody has 18 skill set points tonight. That puts us at 72. Yes, indeed, that does put us right at the bottom of level 3 difficulty. All monsters have +1 body point. Boss monsters have +1 body point and a potion of healing. So I've always gone back and forth on here. Let's see. So it's essentially everything stacking. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the bottom line here is that all the monsters have an extra body point. So goblins are going to be a little bit harder to kill. Everybody's going to be harder to kill. Yes, go ahead and says, Grimina still one-shot them, I don't care. Yes. We should have had her on tonight. She's supposed to be on all the finales. Okay, next we have 655 gold coins. Do we have the ability to go to the armory for anybody? It doesn't actually look like anybody really needs it right at the moment. Yeah, until we start unlocking some of the tier 2 armory for people, I think we're getting close to everybody having pretty much everything they need. Okay, let's pass out some of the items that they have on them. So Moonstone has an elixir of life, which will help if somebody happens to die. There it is. I need to make sure not to cover up her skill set stuff too. Let's see, Ragnar has a magical throwing dagger. He has a heal body scroll and a potion of defense. Looks like we're pretty good on trap disarm too. Moonstone's got a toolkit, Ragnar's got a toolkit, Hogard is a dwarf. So Thraken has toolkit disarm. Yeah, so literally all 4 heroes can disarm traps, that's good. Hogard doesn't have any items. Thraken has a fire ring, which will protect him from fire spells. I don't think he'll have to worry about that in this quest, but we'll go ahead and give him the card just in case. That was literally the last card in the pile. Wouldn't you know it? Reroll, Shamrock says. Yes. Okay, let's take care of skills and magic. We got a little bit of both going in, not too much. So Moonstone gets some magic, Ragnar gets some skills. Let's take care of the knight skills first because that's a little bit easier. So, oh yeah, and Hogard actually does get a skill today too. Ragnar has Concentrated Attack, Rallying Call, and Imperial Training. Now these are not spells, but they kind of act like spells as far as he has to choose to use them. None of these three skills count as an action for him to use though. What they do, we will cover when and if he uses them, just so that we're not doing too much explanation right now. Hogard recently got access to one of the Explorer skills, which is kind of unusual. He doesn't get all three of them. This one is one that we allow him to get a hold of. He has Danger Sense, and this is a static skill. He doesn't have to use this. It's just in play all the time. Once per turn, if you draw a hazard card from the treasure deck, you may discard that card and draw a new one. Hogard's going to have that. Justin says, I'm tired too. I'll probably fall asleep until 2. My body feels like how an engine that won't turn over sounds. Yeah, gosh, I feel that. I feel that. I'm still trying to get over the sickness I had earlier this week. It's much, much better today, but I can already tell my throat's getting dry just like it was last night when we were doing this. Okay, Moonstone is our complicated person here. So she has 5 spells, 3 of which must be her druid spells, Pixie, Life Force, and Shapeshift. Those are her 3 normal spells, but her other 2 come from the regular deck, but she has also built magic skill and magic memorization to the point that she has protection spells and also tier 2 spells, which we have not seen yet. And she gets to pick 1 spell by name. So she'll get 1 at random and 1 she gets to pick. So let's take a look at the tier 2 spells, because essentially there's no reason not to pick one of those. The tier 2 spells are all better. Okay, let me make sure that's all of them. Okay, so these are custom spells that I made up. Some of them are years old at this point. Ooh, Cody says, I feel being tired, but I usually pass out early. Spent my day after work working on my brother's car. I hate Subarus. Yeah. So we've got the classic HeroQuest art on these cards, but they do say tier 2. There are 2 of each element, 2 spells in each element. And she gets to pick 1. The other ones are going to be mixed into our deck so that she might get the other one in her random draw. And since she also has spells of protection, we'll get those out. So she might also get one of these in her random draw. Now, as we know, these 3 are just okay. I think the most handy one is this Wall of Stone, which I don't know that it's handy enough to pick it over anything else. We don't have any potions of healing going into this quest, so we should probably just give her a healing spell. The best one of which is Reign of Restoration. This, by the way, is also the first time that I had custom cards printed, so they look a little different than all the rest of them, and they're kind of a little janky. But this is basically a better Water of Healing, so this restores 5 body points instead of 4. Let's go ahead and have that be the one that she's picking, because she's got Pixie and Life Force are both healing spells. Reign of Restoration is a healing spell. But other than that, there's no other healing going into this quest. So that's a little bit scary. Let's actually hope that her 1 random spell is also a healing spell. Okay, and then we need to essentially just shuffle these in to the big deck. It doesn't really matter where. We don't have to be super careful about this. It is a little unfortunate that we have to do this for a single spell, but we're going to break this pile down into 4 smaller piles, and then we are going to randomly draw her one additional spell. Now, if we had multiple spellcasters going on this quest, there would be a little bit more of a point in doing this. We randomize any spells going into the quest unless the heroes build skill sets so that they can pick them by name. And this, of course, means you can get doubles or triples or more of a spell. It means you can get lots of useful stuff, lots of garbage stuff. Either way, it has a pretty big effect on how the spellcasters can affect the quest that they are playing. And someday, I will think of a faster way to do this part. We're almost there. Okay. Her random spell. Oh, Shamrock says, I feel that. I ate a little too much B-dubs tonight and everything hurts. That's a good way to have that happen. Yeah. Pile number 2, card number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a Water of Healing. Hey, you know what? Can't argue with that. You'd almost argue that I scripted that somehow. So she does get another healing spell. So Moonstone is definitely going to be acting as our healer, which is a good thing for the druid. And then we have to unfortunately get rid of all of the extra spells that we put into these piles. We went out of our way to shuffle them in, and then they didn't even get picked. That's how it happens sometimes, though. There's a protection spell. Okay, I think the rest of that pile is clear. There's another tier 2 spell. There's another protection spell. Oh, tier 2. There's the last protection spell. Okay, I think that was it for that. So most of the tier 2 spells must have ended up here. Yep, looks like it. There we go. Now we do have tier 3 and tier 4 spells available eventually too. Again, the heroes build skill sets to be able to get those. The tier 4 spells are only for the wizard and also cannot be chosen by name. So you can only get tier 4 spells randomly, but we're not quite to that point yet. Okay, with that, I think we are ready to actually get this quest started. So let me start up our background music. There we go. And we will get this quest text read. So again, we are in book 2 right now, which is called Kellar's Keep. This is book 2 out of 14 books in this campaign, and this is the final quest of that book. Quest 11, Grin's Crag. Now you must find your way to Grin's Crag. Remember your task. Do not stray from it, for your enemies are too numerous. The hour of victory is at hand. Once you have passed Grin's Crag, you will be able to lead the Emperor and his army to safety. The crag is narrow and guarded. You must tread carefully or fall into the abyss. Yep, so we're not searching for anything specific. It's just find that door, find Grin's Crag, get across it, don't die, and that's it. Now in original Hero Quest, Grin's Crag is just a decoration, but I gave it a little bit of function, a scary function. It has a potential instant death mechanic, which means if you're standing on one of the squares where Grin's Crag is, you could fall off of it and you're just dead, and it doesn't matter how many body points you have. Now, I'm gonna jinx it right now. I've played that quest that way for a long time and I've never had a hero die, but I've just jinxed it. So I guess we'll find out. Okie dokie, as with every quest in Kellar's Keep so far, we are starting with an entrance room, which we have here. So we'll go ahead and stick the heroes on that room. And Thraken. And we are actually starting right here in the middle. Just like that. Okay. Now, as soon as this is placed, we are essentially treating this door as an open door. We're not going to leave these doors open because they're kind of in the way. But we need to populate the hallway, everything that they can see, so that we know what they can do on their first turn. So what they can see right now is a wall over here, and I know that's almost off camera. It's all the way to the right. We've got another wall over here. And a couple of walls up at the top. There are also 2 doors within their current line of sight. One leading into this yellow room. And also one leading into this other kind of like yellowish room. Surprisingly, no monsters in the hallway. That seems to have been pretty normal throughout the last several quests. Please excuse the probably frequent drink breaks tonight. Throat's still a little dry from a sickness I had earlier in the week, so trying to keep everything where it's supposed to be. All right, so starting with Moonstone the Druid, she has several options for what she can do right now. She could search for traps here, search for secret doors right here, search for traps in this hallway, search for secret doors in this hallway. Don't do any searching at all and just move would be her other option. Oh, and cast Shapeshift. So I guess she has 6 options. We might as well make that 7 options because she could just go either way for the door. Okay, so that's a lot of options. She's gonna go for option number 1, which was traps in the double wide hallway, and there are none. Okay, second option. Secret doors, traps, secret doors. Go for this door, go for that door, cast Shapeshift. Again, she's going for option number 1, which was secret doors in the double hallway, and there are none. Ragnar, close to the same amount of options. Traps here, secret doors here, go for this door, go for that door. Yeah. Okay, he's doing traps in the longer hallway, and there are none. Second action, secret doors, go for the one door, go for the other door. Okay, he is actually going to go for this door right here, so let's go ahead and roll him. He's not moving terribly fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He has just enough to get up to that door, so let's go ahead and open it and see what's in there. In this room, we have another door. And holy crap, just a whole bunch of monsters. 3 mountain goblins. This is gonna take a minute. Okay, 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. There is also an ocean goblin. Here. And a swamp goblin. Here. Now again, in case you're unfamiliar with the monster variants, mountain goblins are just regular old goblin. Ocean goblins are fast, but their attack is bad. Swamp goblins attack harder, but their defense is kind of bad. We also have 2 mountain orcs in this room. And again, mountain variety is just kind of the regular orc. Here and here. And then right in front of the door is a wasteland abomination. Wasteland monsters are slow, but their defense is high. We'll go ahead and use this fancy abomination from the Spirit Queen's Torment. That's not a fun first room. Cody says, insert Star Wars, it's a trap meme. Yeah, you're not kidding. You are not kidding. And Ragnar does not have an action to attack. Now he also can't, we don't need to roll to see if he's going to continue his movement. He was out of movement, but he's just kind of stuck there. All right, Hogard. What do we got left? Secret doors in this hallway, or go help Ragnar, or go for this other door. Okay, we can see what kind of mood Hogard is in tonight. He is just going to go for the other door. He's like, Ragnar just opened a big door into a bunch of monsters. Sounds like he gets to have a big battle. See you later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Unfortunately, Hogard does not quite make it up to that door. He does have a second action, though, so he might as well search for secret doors in this hallway just to take care of it. And there are none. And that leaves us with Thraken. There is now no searching left to do. It's just moving. And he gets a really bad movement. Who's he going to go after? Either Ragnar or Hogard. He's going to go with Hogard. 1, 2, and 3. So neither of them were interested at all in helping Ragnar. What did he say? What did he do? Did he forget to put on deodorant before this quest? Okay, monster's turn, and boy do we have monsters, except only one of them can get up there to actually fight him. We just need to determine who it's gonna be, and theoretically it could be anybody in this room because monsters can step over other monsters. How many monsters are we even looking at right now? 8? Sheesh. Okay. No, give me a card I can use. 2, it's gonna be this guy. 1, 2, and 3. Mountain Orc swings the sword at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1. Wow, Ragnar's defense is kind of bad. Ragnar does block, but just barely. Okay, let's hope that room goes okay. We are back to Moonstone the Druid, and she only has 2 options right now. Move up there to help Ragnar or cast Shapeshift. What's she doing? She is moving to help Ragnar. Honestly, that is strategically the better option because her Shapeshift only helps her if she's close range. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and she can't get close range right now. What she is gonna do is shoot at that orc, essentially through Ragnar. She's got a redwood wand, doesn't she? Yes, she does. Awesome. She sends a blast of energy from her redwood wand at the mountain orc, hitting it with a 2. It does not defend, which means it is dead. Awesome. Okay, and that was movement and attack, so that's her 2 options, or actions rather. It is now Ragnar's turn. Ragnar, are we searching for traps or are we just charging in there? Okay, he doesn't necessarily have a preference. He is gonna charge in there. Okay. I mean, I guess that's not dumb. Let's see, where can we put him that he won't get immediately surrounded? A corner would make the most sense, but he does hit harder when he's close up. We can't get him to the strongest monster in the room because he would have to step over a monster head, and he can't do that. He's got to hit one of the goblins. Strategically speaking, this goblin over here is the best one to get rid of, but they're also goblins. You know what? Let's put him in a corner. 1, 2, 3. No traps on any of those squares. Even though he hits a little less hard with his long range, I do think these are just goblins, so I don't think it's really a big deal. So which one of these guys is he going to fire at? He's going to hit this mountain goblin in the back. He puts an arrow in his crossbow and fires, hitting that goblin with a 1. And he does kill it. Okie dokie. Over here we have Hogard, who is headed towards this room right here. Let's get him in there. Hogard rolls pretty decently there. 1. In this room, there appears to be nothing. Are we going to stop and search for traps first, Hogard? No. Nope, he sure isn't. He walks into the room and is immediately buffeted with the Cloud of Dread, which looks like this. Creepy. There are technically no squares in this room, and any hero that is in here is just kind of in this room. Now, in order to leave this room, we have to roll a movement dice, which I've got a special movement dice here that we can use to roll, and where he leaves this room is dependent on what this roll is. 4. Okay, so his first getting kind of spit out of the room is actually going to be up here. Now, heroes entering this room can't see this door. So he'll be able to see this from the blue and black room, but nobody can go into it from the Cloud of Dread room unless they roll that number. So it spits him out right here. And in this blue and black room, there are 3 skeletons. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and also a skeleton archer. If I can get him out of there. Right there. Definitely kind of bad news because he's stuck in there, potentially without the ability to get help from anybody. He does have movement left, but what is he going to do? Is he going to search for traps right where he's at? Or is he going to attack in some way? He is going to attack. That's a good dwarf right there. He hits harder close up. He's just about guaranteed to get surrounded no matter what he does. I would say it's actually in his best interest to try and kill that archer. Let's go over there. Hogard swings his battle axe at the skeleton archer. Wow, hitting it with a critical hit of 4. That is definitely a skilled strike on a skeleton, making that guy super dead. Get out of here. Okay. That leaves us with Thraken the Barbarian down here before the monster's turn. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the entrance room for now, just to get it out of my way. Thraken is going to head into the Cloud of Dread as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see, where does he get spit out? 1. Oh, that's unfortunate. 6. Okay, the Cloud of Dread room can't be searched for anything, so despite the fact that he is adjacent and theoretically could search that room for traps or secret doors, this room has none of any of that stuff. Doesn't have treasure, can't search for anything in there. Monster's turn. Oh boy. So we got at least 2 skeletons here that can attack Hogard. Skeleton number 1 swings his scythe at the dwarf. Missing. Skeleton number 2 swings his scythe at the dwarf, hitting him with a 1, which Hogard defends. Not by very much, but he did indeed defend it. And then over here, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going after Ragnar and Moonstone here. So let's start with this. Swamp Goblin on Ragnar. Swings his sword, hits him with a 1, which Ragnar defends. Let's go ahead and get the Ocean Goblin 1, 2, 3, 4 out here. Remember that Ocean Goblins have kind of bad attack, so he actually misses. We'll get the other goblin out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All goblins are pretty fast. This goblin swings his axe at Moonstone, hitting her with a 1, which she blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just empty out all the goblins here. This goblin swings its sword at Moonstone, hitting her with a critical hit of 2, which she does not block. This drops her to 8 body points. And then we got one more monster that can get over there to Ragnar. It should probably be that abomination, shouldn't it? They can only move 2 squares though, so actually it can't reach him. 1 and 2. It can get right there. So we'll go ahead and send this orc up there. Mountain orc swings its mace at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1. He blocks. Okay. That was pretty nasty stuff, but it went pretty all right. Okay, Moonstone, the druid right here, now would actually be a fantastic time for her to use shapeshift, because it gives her extra attack when she's close, and she can definitely use some extra attack right at the moment. Let's just hope she doesn't lose this immediately. She is going to cast the shapeshift spell. This grants her an extra defense dice and an extra attack dice close range only. The spell is broken as soon as she suffers 1 body point of damage. However, she will get the spell back if she heals herself back up to full. So this is going to swap her mini out into the bear. Now let's go ahead and get rid of the goblin that's right in front of her. The ocean goblin is the least threat. Both of these guys are equal, so it doesn't really matter which one she kills, but hopefully she can kill one of them. So she swings her paws and shapeshift at the mountain goblin, hitting it with a critical hit of 3. That is a skilled strike on that goblin. That guy is super dead. Out he goes. And that was casting a spell and attacking, so that is it for her turn right at the moment. Ragnar is also kind of in dire straits right here, but luckily none of these monsters are terribly difficult. I would say that that orc is probably a bigger threat though, so let's go for the orc. He swings his battle axe at the mountain orc, hitting it with a 2, which does indeed kill it. Nice. Okay, he's got a second action and this room hasn't been searched. Are we doing traps or secret doors? He's gonna go for secret doors in this room, and there are none. Hogard, over here in the room with the skeletons, also has not searched for anything, but let's start with an attack. Hogard, which one are you going for? He's gonna take care of this guy first. Hogard swings his battle axe at the skeleton, hitting it with a 3. That is a skilled strike for a skeleton. That skeleton is super dead. We're getting lots of super dead monsters already. That's a sign of a good quest right there. Okay, searching. Traps or secret doors? He's going secret doors in this room, and there are none. Thraken, can we have a more effective turn than last time, please? What's going on here? So 1, see where he gets spit out. Come on, man. 2, he's got 8 movement, so 3, that's a little better. Okay, he is gonna get spit out over here into this green room. There is a door here, and he is going to find his 4th movement right there. Also in this room with him is that a regular? No, that is a deep zombie. Okay, deep zombie. Get out of there. Deep monsters are mostly blind, so they are slow. However, being from the deepest tunnels, they are very strong. You gotta be tough to survive down there. Also in this room with the deep zombie is a mummy. So a couple of undead he's got going on here. Let's see what else we've got going on. See, he's got 4 movement left. He attacks harder when he's close range, so we should definitely get up to one of those. Is he concerned about searching for traps? No, he is not. Which monster is he going to take out? Is he going to go for the harder one, or the one he can most likely just get rid of? He's going to go for the mummy. All right, Thraken swings his battle axe at the mummy. Whoa, hitting it with a critical hit of 4. Let's hope those dice rolls keep up for the rest of the quest. That mummy doesn't defend a single thing. It is dead. We've got a boss in the quest tonight. My brain just broke. Yeah, okay. I don't know where my brain just like dumped all info. Gone. Immediately. We're gonna need rolls like that to get rid of this boss. Okay, that was the hero's turn, so it is the monster's turn. Let's go ahead and just take care of this zombie while we're down here. The zombie swings its sword at the barbarian, hitting him with a 1. He's got pretty good defense because he's got Borin's armor. Except I jinxed him, I guess. He takes the hit. This drops him to 11 body points. Go ahead and says, Gromina, heed my call. Yes. Call for help and the dwarf will answer. Over here, we've got Skeleton swinging a scythe at Hogard. Missing him entirely for the 2nd turn in a row. 1, 2, 3. This skeleton also swings its scythe at Hogard, hitting him with 1. Which he does block. Over here, we've got some bad news going on. Let's take care of these 2 goblins. First off, the mountain goblin swings its axe at Moonstone, missing her. The ocean goblin swings its sword at Moonstone, hitting her with a 1. Now she's got an extra defense dice right now because of the shapeshift, but she doesn't block. Oh man. This drops her to 7 body points and also takes out her shapeshift spell until / unless she heals herself back up to full health. That's extremely frustrating. She really should have been able to block that. Okay, over here with Ragnar, we've got the Swamp Goblin here. Swamp Goblin swings its sword at him, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. And then we have the Wasteland Abomination. Let me review the stats there. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Wasteland Abomination swings its claws, swiping him with a 1. Again, he blocks. Get a drink here. Okay, it is now Moonstone's turn. Now she's not down enough to warrant using one of her healing spells, so we might as well just do a regular turn here. Let's see if she can get rid of one of these guys. Now she attacks better long range, so it'd actually be to her benefit to move one square. She sends a blast of energy at the mountain goblin, hitting it with a 1. And it blocks. Well, that didn't work, did it? Okay, Ragnar. He is kind of in a pickle here. Now, he could kill the swamp goblin a lot easier than the wasteland abomination, but there's still kind of it could go either way there. He's going to try for the abomination. Ragnar swings his battle axe, hitting the thing with a 2. It blocks one and takes the other one. It's not dead. Because of our difficulty chart, it's not dead. It would have been. Ooh, so we're getting kind of dicey in there. He's going to use his other action to search for traps in this room, and there are none. All right, over here, Hogard the dwarf is still battling skeletons. Seems to be going pretty well. Hogard swings his battle axe. He's going to try and take care of this guy first. Hitting it with a 2. Ooh, and it blocks one. So already our difficulty chart is starting to make things interesting. So it is still alive. What else hasn't he searched? He also needs to search for traps in that room, and there are none. Okay, Thraken. Now, he had no problem taking care of a mummy. A zombie should be nothing. Thraken swings his battle axe at the zombie. Yeah, hitting it with another critical hit of 4. This is not a skilled strike for a zombie. It blocked 1, but it still took 3 hits, which means it is definitely dead. Okay, what does he need to do? He actually hasn't searched this room for anything, but he prefers treasure. So traps, secret doors, treasure, treasure. And he is indeed going for treasure. Let's see what he finds with our newly shuffled treasure deck. Half buried in the center of the room, he finds a deep red ruby worth 50 gold coins. Very nice. This is going to put us up to 705 coins. All right, that brings us back to the monster's turn, where we are not much better off than we were on the last monster's turn, since our heroes are kind of split up and the monsters are a little harder to kill. First off, Skeleton swings a scythe at Hogard, hitting him with a 1. Which he blocks, but just barely. Second Skeleton also swings a scythe, missing him. Over here, both of these goblins are going to be able to chase Moonstone. Mountain Goblin swings its axe, hitting her with a 1. Oops. Which she blocks. Ocean Goblin swings its sword, hitting her with a 1. Which she blocks, but just barely. Ragnar, Swamp Goblin, swings with its sword, missing him entirely. The Ocean Abomination swipes with its claws. Sorry, the Wasteland Abomination swipes with its claws, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. Okay, they're starting to get lucky there again. Moonstone. Second time is the charm, surely. She is again going to move so that she can fire a little bit better with her long range. Sends a blast of energy at the Mountain Goblin with her Redwood Wand. Hitting it with a 1. It doesn't block, but goblins have 2 body points now. You gotta hit them harder than 1. Come on, Moonstone. Yeah, and she's still not low enough to really warrant one of her healing spells. So that is where she's at. Okay, Ragnar Kind of in the same area here. Now he's trying to chip this Wasteland Abomination down, so let's have him attack that guy again. Swinging his battle axe, he hits it with a 1. Guys, you got to hit harder than 1. And it blocks. Because of course it did. We might have played this a little badly, splitting everybody up like this. There's nothing else he can search. He does have a potion of defense that maybe he ought to use, although he's not really low on health. So maybe that is kind of a dumb thing to do. Yeah, let's hold off on that because he's not really low enough on health to worry about that. Hogard is going to attack that skeleton he damaged on the last turn. Hogard swings his battle axe, hitting the skeleton with a 1. Come on, guys, you got to hit harder than 1s. Luckily, the skeleton does not block, and it is dead. I think I said something about this fight going really well, and then suddenly it wasn't anymore. All right, no more searching can be done in this room until all the monsters are dead, so that is it for Hogard. Okay, Thraken is going to start his turn by searching this green room for secret doors. There are none, making it pointless to search for traps because he's stepped on every relevant square. So let's get him back out and see where he pops out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. So, special thing happens here when we roll a 6 in this room. Okay, if a 6 is rolled, the cloud attacks the hero with 1 combat die. If a skull is rolled, every hero in the room loses 1 body point. So this will only apply to Thraken, but because he rolled a 6, the cloud attacks him and does indeed hit him, dropping him to 10 body points and leaving him in the room at the end of his turn. All right, monster's turn. Skeleton swings its scythe at Hogard, hitting him with a 1, which Hogard blocks. And then we've got the exact same story we've had for the last several turns over here. Mountain Goblin swings its axe at Moonstone, hitting her with a 1, which she does not block, rolling a near impossible 3 black shields, dropping her to 6 body points. Ocean Goblin swings its sword at her, but misses. Over here with Ragnar, we've got the Swamp Goblin swinging its sword at him. Again, 3 black shields. What are the odds of that? It totally misses. That's ridiculous. That should not be possible even once, let alone twice. Wasteland Abomination also swipes at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks, but just barely. Wild how this is working. Okay, guys, we got to get rid of these monsters, and we may have to stay a little bit more teamed up than normal, because suddenly this isn't working super well. Okay, Moonstone sends a blast of energy from her red wood wand at the Mountain Goblin, missing it. Guys, don't choke up. It's the finale quest of this book. We are going to have her go ahead and use her Water of Healing spell on herself. Now, she's not down a whole bunch, but the point of this is this will put her back up to full, which gives her access to her Shapeshift spell again. Now, she will have to cast it, which she can't do right now, but she has access to it again. No. Nope, sorry, she can't do that. Because she moved and tried to attack. So we're going to remark those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have been paying closer attention there. Okay, Ragnar. Can we get Ragnar at least 1 monster down? He's going to take a swing at the Wasteland Abomination there with his battle axe, hitting it with a 3. That's more like it. It defends 1, but still takes 2 damage. It is dead. All right, Ragnar. Now, he can't really do anything else, but at least he's, you know, getting rid of some of these monsters finally. Okay, Hogard. Can we also get rid of this skeleton? Hogard swings his battle axe at the skeleton, hitting it with a 2. And it does not block. Yes, indeed, it is dead. Very nice. All right, the only thing left to search for in here is treasure, so let's go ahead and get Hogard some treasure. What does he find? A potion of defense. He's the last hero who's ever going to need extra defense dice, so I guess he can hand that off at some point. Thraken. We need to figure out where else we can go in here. So first off, for a movement, wow, he's got 12. Where's the room spitting him out? Number 5. So unfortunately that sticks him back in the green room, which he's already done everything. So that's a 1, 2. Okay, good. This actually spits him out into the only other room that we haven't been in yet. This kind of maroon room over here. Whoops, I'm launching walls. Here we go. So 2. In this room is, kind of mirrored to the last one, a zombie and a mummy. Just a regular zombie this time. Zombie. And a mummy. Definitely not a fun time. Is he concerned about traps? Yes, he is. He is searching this room for traps, and there are none. This brings us to the monster's turn, and both of these monsters are going to be able to attack him. The zombie swings its sword at Thraken, missing him. The mummy swings a fist at Thraken, and I'm throwing my dice everywhere. Hitting him with a 2. Which he blocks, but just barely. Over here we have a sort of similar situation. Unfortunately, Moonstone's still dealing with the same junk. Mountain Goblin swings its axe at her, hitting her with a 1, which she blocks. Ocean Goblin swings its sword and misses her. That's good. And then we have the Swamp Goblin attacking Ragnar, swings its sword, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. Okay. We gotta get some movement, guys. This is getting ridiculous that it's taken so long. We came in here and started knocking these guys down, and then suddenly the progress is just like totally halted. Okay, Moonstone. We need to make a decision on whether we're gonna do that healing thing for her. I think we should. So she's not gonna get to move on this turn, but we'll hope that it works out. She's gonna cast Water of Healing, which for sure this time heals her back up to 10 body points, which gives her access to her shapeshift spell again. She will have to cast it, which she can't do on this turn, but she has it again. After that, we're gonna have her go ahead and swing her wooden staff at the Mountain Goblin, missing it, which, yeah, we should have figured out was gonna happen. Go ahead and says, I need a quest where somehow Grimina can come in like the Kool-Aid Man and just squash a boss. Yes. She's the on-call warrior queen, that's for sure. Okie dokie, Ragnar, can we get rid of this goblin? I've never seen heroes struggle so bad to get rid of goblins. Ragnar swings his battle axe at the Swamp Goblin, hitting it with a 2. And it does not block, which means it is indeed dead. It's amazing how just one single extra body point can make these monsters so much harder. Okay, I feel like he should go out there and help the druid. I mean, he could search for treasure, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we might provide an alternate target for one of these goblins since she's struggling with them so bad. Okay, Hogard, nothing left to do in that blue and black room. Let's get him out of there. He either needs to go help Thraken or go help the goblin situation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he is actually getting spit out into Thraken's room. 5, 6, and 7. That's kind of a lucky break. And yeah, we can't get rid of this dice quite yet. Close though. Hogard swings his battle axe at the mummy, hitting it with a 1, which it blocks, because of course it would. You guys gotta swing better than 1s. You're throwing 4 dice. Why are you swinging 1s? Okay, that actually does take us to Thraken. Which one of these monsters is he trying to get rid of? He is also going to attack the mummy. Swinging his battle axe. You guessed it, he hits it with a 1. Come on, guys. The mummy surprisingly does not defend, but it's not dead. Okay, monster's turn. Zombie is attacking Thraken. The zombie swings its sword, missing him. Who is the mummy attacking? The mummy is also attacking Thraken. Swings a fist, hitting him with a 2, which he blocks just barely. Over here, the ocean goblin is attacking Moonstone, but misses. The mountain goblin is turning his attention to Ragnar, swinging his axe, but misses. Okay, the dice don't seem to be on anybody's side. Not the monsters, not the heroes. It just seems to be prolonging everything. Okay, Moonstone is now in a position to cast her shapeshift spell again. So action number 1, she turns back into a bear. And since Ragnar can theoretically take care of that mountain goblin, let's turn her around and see if she can get rid of the ocean goblin instead. She swipes with her claws, hitting the ocean goblin with a 1, which it blocks. You guys, you guys gotta stop swinging with a 1. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's painful. Ragnar, can we at least get rid of this goblin? This goblin has been on the board for way too long. Ragnar swings his battle axe at the mountain goblin, hitting it with a 3, which is a skilled strike. That goblin is super dead. Finally. No monster on this board has more deserved to be super dead than that particular goblin. Wow. And then let's go ahead and move Ragnar over to this ocean goblin, since apparently Moonstone is going to be, as far as attack goes, useless on this quest. All right, Hogard, making another attempt on the mummy here, swinging his battle axe and hitting the mummy with a 1, because yeah, that's exactly what would happen. And I bet the mummy blocks it. Yep, sure did. Can we search anything? Yes, Hogard can use his other action to search this room for secret doors, and there are none. Moving on then to Thraken, who is going to continue attacking that mummy as well, swinging his battle axe and hitting it with a critical hit of 4. Well, there's that at least. Oh my gosh. That mummy blocked 3 of those hits, took 1, and is only still alive because of our difficulty chart. That is ridiculous. 3 black shields. Come on. Thraken cannot search for anything else, so it is the monster's turn. Okay, zombie is attacking Thraken, swinging its sword and missing him for the 2nd turn in a row. The mummy is going to change targets and swing at Hogard, throwing a fist and hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. The ocean goblin is going to continue attacking Moonstone, swinging its sword and missing her, I think for the 3rd time in a row now. See, the dice literally just aren't on anybody's team. It's just trying to prolong this quest. They're not letting the monsters get a hit or the heroes get a hit. Okay, we got 2 heroes on this stupid ocean goblin. Ocean goblins are like the easiest variant of the easiest monster in the game. There's no reason this goblin should survive this turn. Moonstone swipes at the goblin, hitting it with a 1, which at least it doesn't block, but because of the difficulty chart, it's also not dead. Ragnar swings its battle axe and misses. Ow! Ah! Come on. Oh, this has got to be a joke. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, Hogard swings his battle axe at the mummy, hitting it with a 2. Come on. Okay, it takes both of those hits. That mummy is indeed dead. Again. Off it goes. We got a fair amount of monsters in this quest. This is going to take a second. Okay, Hogard can't really do anything else. There's not really any reason for him to hang around either. Thraken can handle a zombie, I hope. So let's go ahead and move Hogard out of here. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see where he gets spit out at. 4, no help. 5. And it's just put him right back in there. 6. Okay, so they'll get out of there eventually. Shouldn't have been talking junk. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, Thraken. Swinging his battle axe at a zombie. Hitting it with a 1. Which at least it doesn't block. But again, difficulty chart, it's not dead. Now is the time, heroes, for you to start rolling better than 1 skull. Okay, monster's turn. Yeah, see, go ahead, you're right. You're right from all along, okay? If Grimina had been on this quest, she'd have been one-shotting every single one of these guys, and we'd be done with the quest already. That's how fast it'd be going. This is ridiculous. The zombie swings its sword at Thraken and misses, okay? Whatever. The ocean goblin is going to continue attacking Moonstone, swinging its sword and missing. This is why I have a dice cam, guys. So you can see for sure, if you look at that bottom left and you're looking at these dice rolls, that I'm not cheating this or making this up. Some of this shouldn't be possible. Gohan says, did everybody turn into stormtroopers? Yeah, no kidding. That's exactly right. Okay, Moonstone. This goblin can't possibly survive another turn. Moonstone swipes her claws. Finally, hitting this ocean goblin with a 2, which because it was already damaged means that's a skilled strike. This goblin is super dead. Gosh. I'm so happy I could cry. Moonstone's moving off towards this other room over here. Now this yellowish room here hasn't been searched for treasure, but she doesn't have the actions to actually do that. So we might as well get her up to the door. We'll let Ragnar do the treasure search. Opening this door, in this red room, there is another door, another door, and a very fancy decorative weapons rack. And nothing else. Is she stopping right here? No, she is not. What'd she roll? She rolled a 10, and she was... Yeah, she was here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which door is she headed towards? 8. Go ahead and open this door here. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's switch cameras here. I'll put this one back over here. We'll switch cameras down, so now that she's opened this blue room, we can kind of see what's going on in the blue room. In this room, there is a dirt floor, a table, there we go, and a deep goblin. Deep monsters, again, are slow, but they have higher attack. A goblin archer. This guy is holding a little boomerang. A mountain orc. And a wasteland orc. Wasteland orcs, again, slow but have high defense. And Moonstone does not have actions to do anything about any of this, so we will just go ahead and leave her there. Okay, back over here, we are now at Ragnar, who needs to do the treasure search in that yellow room. 1, 2, 3, and he might as well, because that's all the movement he got. Let's see what he finds. He finds a wandering monster. It was bound to happen. And in this quest, the wandering monster is an ocean abomination. Popping out of some sort of hidden alcove somewhere, the ocean abomination immediately thrusts its spear at Ragnar, hitting him with a 2. He only blocks 1. Luckily, that was the first damage he's taken this quest. And that drops him to 10 body points. Okay, and he moved and searched, so that's it for him. Hogard still attempting to leave this Cloud of Chaos area. He's got a good roll there. 1. He gets attacked. So much for his good roll. Does the cloud hurt him? It does not, but it does end his turn. Thraken attacking this zombie. Can we get rid of this zombie? Thraken swings his battle axe, hitting the zombie with a 2. That's a pretty good hit. And the zombie does not defend. It is dead. Nice. This means Thraken can go ahead and search this room for treasure. See if he also finds a wandering monster. You find a small chest lying on its side, partially smashed in a poor attempt at opening it. Left inside the chest is 35 gold coins. Not too bad. That's going to put us up to 740 coins. And means that this area is officially done. All they need to do is get out of it without getting attacked by that cloud often enough to die. Monster's turn. Now we really only have this room full of monsters because this abomination already attacked during this turn cycle. So we just need to figure out whether it's going to be the Wasteland Orc or the Deep Goblin heading up to hit Moonstone, and it is going to be the Deep Goblin. The Deep Goblin swings its sword at Moonstone, hitting her with a 2. She only blocks 1 and immediately again loses her shapeshift. I am not sure if I feel like this quest is going very well. It's not like disastrous. It's just like a lot of little things are kind of not working out for him. Okay, so we are immediately right back to her, and she doesn't really have any tricks up her sleeves. She's still got plenty of healing spells, but she does need to kind of keep those in case the other heroes need them as well. Luckily, a Deep Goblin's not horribly hard to get rid of, let's hope. She is going to move back 1. Oh, is that smart? Now again, she hits harder if she's long range, but if she moves back 1, that whole room full of monsters can file out there and surround her. So that's actually probably a bad idea. Never mind, we're going to leave her where she is, and she is going to swing with her wooden staff at the Deep Goblin, hitting it with a 1, which it does not block, but it's still not dead because our difficulty chart gave it an extra body point. While she is standing there, she could either search the red room for traps or secret doors, or the blue room for traps or secret doors. So let's say in that order: traps, secret doors, and we're going traps in the blue room. There are none. Okie dokie, Ragnar, you've triggered an extra monster. Can we get rid of him? Ragnar swings his battle axe at the ocean abomination, hitting it with a 2. It does not defend, however, it is not quite dead. What else can he do? That room's already been searched for everything. None of his skills are going to come particularly in handy. He could use his magical throwing dagger, but that would be kind of wasted on an abomination. Yeah, we'll leave it and see if the situation gets more dire. Hogard, can we get out of this room? He's got a few chances here. On his first attempt, he gets put back in Thraken's room. 1, but he's going to immediately go 2. He goes back over there again. 3, 4. Okay, he can't use his last movement. He can't end his turn on the same square as Thraken. 5 is going to stick him back over here. Boy, Hogard is trapped in this area, apparently pretty bad. Let's see if Thraken has better luck than Hogard. He certainly doesn't have very many movements. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 4 and 5. A 1 or a 2 will land them on that exit square. So Thraken got out first try. Let's hope Hogard isn't stuck in there for the whole rest of the quest. Okay, monster's turn. This abomination can attack again now. It thrusts its spear at Ragnar, hitting him with a 2. Ragnar blocked 1, but not the other, bringing him to 9 body points. And over here, the Deep Goblin swings its sword at Moonstone, hitting her with a 2. She blocks. Okay, Moonstone immediately retaliates, swinging her wooden staff at the Deep Goblin and hitting it with a critical hit of 2 because it is damaged. That is a skilled strike. That goblin is super dead. All right, Moonstone, what should we do? There's really no benefit to her going in there. She can attack again twice. So I guess she could search the red room for any traps, secret doors, or treasure. Or she could search the blue room for secret doors. We'll go in that order. Okay, she's gonna search the red room for traps, which was a dumb thing for her to wait till now to do. There are no traps. Ragnar. We're almost done with this guy. Can we finish with this guy? Swings his battle axe at the Ocean Abomination and hits it with a 1. Luckily, it does not block, and that does mean that it is dead. Whew. Okay. Get your butt in there to help Moonstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not very fast, but he did head that direction. Poor Hogard the Dwarf. Potentially trapped forever in this room. Oh, man. He doesn't even get a good roll. 1. Oh. And the cloud attacks him. Luckily, he is able to ward off the attack, but his turn is ended, and he is stuck in the room for another turn. Thraken the Barbarian, however, is headed down the hallway towards the other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing else for him to do, but at least he's on the way. Monster's turn. We got all these monsters here in the blue room. Oh my gosh, that Goblin Archer could have been attacking this entire time. I am still trying to get rid of this sickness, and it has clouded my brain. Okay, so which one of these orcs is going to head up there to her? It's going to be the Wasteland Orc. The Wasteland Orc swings its axe at Moonstone. Ooh, hitting her with a critical hit of 3. She blocks 1, but takes 2, dropping her to 7 body points. Additionally, this Goblin Archer, who like me hasn't been paying attention for the last several turns, throws a boomerang at her, hitting her with a 1, which luckily she blocks. Okay. Now I think she's safer to move back because Ragnar can move up there. Yeah, let's do that. Moonstone is going to move back 1 square, which allows her to use her Redwood Wand, firing off a blast of energy at the Wasteland Orc. She misses, because that's how this quest is going so far. On the other hand, Ragnar jumps up and takes her place, swinging with his battle axe at the Wasteland Orc, hitting it with a 2. It blocks 1, meaning it stays alive just barely. Back over here, poor Hogard the Dwarf is desperately trying to help his friends by getting out of this cloud. He's rolled a 12, which is very good. Hopefully that means he can get out of here. Oh, come on, no. The cloud again attacks him. He wards off the attack, but his turn is ended. Man, he rolled such a good thing there. Okay, Thraken is at least going to be able to get up there and help, looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's still not in a position to actually do anything else. But we'll go back here to Hogard. Okay, monster's turn. Yeah, we're hitting Ragnar now. So Wasteland Orc swings its axe at Ragnar, hitting him with a 2. Ragnar blocks 1, not the other, dropping him to 8. The Goblin Archer throws a boomerang at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1, which he also does not block, dropping him to 7. Oh, you know what? Ragnar does have a heal body scroll, which is nice. So he's got a little bit of stuff that he can use if he starts getting low. Okay, Moonstone. Yeah, neither of them are really low enough for her to be considering using her healing spell, I don't think. We just need to clear this room out. So she is going to fire with her Redwood Wand at that Wasteland Orc, hitting it with a critical hit of 3. Okay, that's not a skilled strike. It would be on a different type of orc, but not this one. It blocks 1, but still gets hit by 2. It is dead. We need those hits more often. Okay, she can use her other action to either search this red room for secret doors or treasure. What is she gonna do? She's going secret doors, and there are none. Ragnar, we do know that there's no traps in that blue room. I'd say it's safe now to run in there. One, 2, 3. Ragnar walks right up to that Goblin Archer. Takes a swing with his battle axe, hitting it with a 3, which is indeed a skilled strike for a goblin. That guy is super dead. Very nice. Maybe the tides are turning once again. Okay. Speaking of tides turning, let's hope they have turned. Gosh, I can't even say it. Let's hope they've turned for poor Hogard. He has rolled an 8. 2. Oh, yes. Good. Nice, Hogard. First try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Finally, Hogard is on his way to help out his friends. It's about time. Round of applause for Hogard, everybody. Okay, and Thraken the Barbarian. Continuing on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, what should he do? He could stop here and search for treasure. He could look into that room and shoot at the orc, or he could leave out that other door. Okay, so he's gonna shoot at the orc. So he's looking into the blue room and shooting at that orc right there. He loads up an arrow into his short bow and fires, hitting the orc with a 2. The orc defends 1, but not the other, so it is not dead. I am always amazed at just how much harder the monsters become to kill, adding in just a single extra body point. Just like changes the whole game. Monster's turn. That orc is the only one on the board, and the only hero it can get to is Ragnar. It swings its flail at the knight, hitting him with a 1, which he does block just barely. Okay, Moonstone. Are we searching for treasure, attacking the orc, or leaving? She is searching for treasure. See what she finds in this room. She accidentally triggers a spring-loaded mechanism which crushes a glass vial and showers you in a stinging purple liquid. It's poison. Roll 1 combat dice. If it lands on a skull, you lose 1 body point. Okay, good. She was able to fight off the effects of the poison. That is unfortunate. Second action, she might as well leave because she doesn't have the... she won't be able to actually attack that orc. So 1... Let's open up this door and see what is out this hallway. And actually, there is nothing at the moment new to reveal. We know about this wall that's right here. We're not seeing anything out that way. Is she concerned about traps? Yes, she is. She doesn't have the action to search, but she's going to stop right there. Okay, Ragnar. See if we can get rid of this orc. It is damaged already. Ragnar swings his battle axe at the orc, Hitting it with a 2. Which it does not block. It is dead. Very nice, Raggy. Finally, no monsters on the board again. That's pretty crazy. Okay, Ragnar, second action. Secret doors or treasure? Does he have a... He likes treasure. Okay, secret doors, treasure. Oh, come on, with the 2 kings right in a row. He's going for secret doors. And there are none. We've been drawing those 2 kings back to back several times. I'm going to shuffle that king further down into the deck. Supposed to be getting shuffled. Okie dokie, that gives us Hogard the dwarf. Finally free of his imprisonment. He is headed towards everybody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Slowly but surely making his way back to the action. Thraken, are we going to move into the blue room and search for treasure or leave? He's leaving. He's going to leave that treasure for Ragnar. 1, 2, and 3. Are we searching for traps now that we're out here? Yes, he is. Okay, from this square right here to the corner, no traps. And crazily, no monsters on the board for like the first turn since, I don't know that we've had a turn yet with no monsters on the board. Kind of crazy to say. Moonstone the Druid. Not moving very fast. 1, 2, and we'll go ahead and let her search this hallway for secret doors. There are none. Ragnar, let's get that treasure search in this room. See what he finds. While carefully scouring the ceiling, you step on something that sends you skidding across the room and to the floor. You are not hurt, but you discover that what you stepped on was a very slimy pile of 25 coins. Ew. Puts us up to 765 total. Gross. And we're going to move him out of the room with his other action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Puts him right there in the hallway. All right, that takes us to Hogard the dwarf. This whole area is all searched out. Oh man, yeah, look at that. He's got a 12. He's not getting left behind this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Allows him to see what is in this hallway, which right at the moment is naught but a wall. Okay, Hogard, are we stopping to search for traps? No. He only had one more square of movement. Now that he's here, is he going to do traps or secret doors? He's doing secret doors. Weird. There are none. And we are now back to Thraken the Barbarian, who is just barely on camera here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And because he is adjacent to this hallway, he can actually search it for traps. So we'll let him do that. There are also no traps. We are back to Moonstone the Druid. We just got to roll everybody up here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she can't take her 6th movement because Hogard is in the way. Now that we're teamed up here a little bit, we'll go closer to the action. Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He moved. Yeah, he's there. Nothing more can be searched. Hogard. Only 4 this time. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Thraken. That's more like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And before he takes his other 2 movements, we need to say what is in this hallway. So we've got a wall right there. We've got a door here. Another door here. And an orc archer standing at the end of the hallway. No fun. That is for sure. Okay, now Thraken has 2 more movements. Is he going to stop and search for traps? Yes, he is. He's going to stop right where he's at and search from his square to the square where the orc is. There are no traps. This is another quest that's kind of light on the traps, surprisingly. Monster's turn. This orc archer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is not in range of Thraken. However, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he is. The orc archer puts an arrow in his bow and fires at the barbarian, hitting him with a 2. Thraken apparently did not see that coming and does not block either one. This drops him to 8 body points. Okay, back to the heroes. We are now at Moonstone the Druid, who's back here on the corner. Get her moving up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and she's in a position that she can search that short hallway for secret doors, and she's adjacent to it. There are none. Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He might as well go right up to this orc. Swinging his battle axe. He hits the orc archer with a 2. The orc archer does not defend. It is dead. Hogard the dwarf. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and just open this door here. Oh boy. I said that before I looked at the quest map. Alright, remember that this quest is the finale of this book. In this room. Oh boy, okay, 2 mountain goblins. Here and here. 2 wasteland goblins. Why am I having so much trouble getting a hold of the minis these last couple of nights? Here and here. 2 mountain orcs. Oh, in the middle. Here and here. A wasteland orc. Here. An orc archer. Probably guess where this guy's going. Here. A wasteland femmer. Ignore my terrible paint job. Will eventually be replaced by a better one. And a chaos warrior. Ooh, buddy. That is one heck of a room right there. Way to go, Hogard. Do you have anything at all you can do about this? He has a potion of defense. And that is it. Well, he can fire in there. I mean, there's really no reason for him to walk in there. That would just be the supreme silliness right there. Okay, is he gonna search this room for traps? No, he is not. He is gonna try and kill somebody. That's the better option. So he could shoot at any of the 4, so the Femmer, the Chaos Warrior, the Mountain Goblin, or the Wasteland Goblin that are kind of making up this front row. He can't shoot any of the monsters from behind. So which one should he? Now strategically, if they're just trying to get rid of the most monsters, the Mountain Goblin would be the easiest one to kill. But the question is he trying to take a chance on a harder monster, or is he just trying to get rid of as many as possible? Let's just draw a card. We'll just go hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. Clubs. He is going to go after the Mountain Goblin. He puts an arrow in his crossbow and fires at the Mountain Goblin, hitting it with a 2. The Goblin does not defend, and indeed it is dead. That plan works. I suppose if all 4 heroes go charging in there, this won't be terrible, but we definitely don't want Thraken It's Thraken's turn now, and he's the last one before the monster's turn, so we definitely don't want him to charge in there alone. He does still have plenty of health, but still, we don't want him to get surrounded or trapped in there, cut off from everybody else. What can we do with him? So if we stick him there, can he see that wasteland goblin to shoot at it? That's tricky. Technically, the pencil crosses that wall, but I think we're going to allow it. I think that's okay. You could argue that a piece of him is within sight of a piece of the goblin. So, yeah, it's a little questionable. We'll admit it. He puts an arrow in his short bow and fires at the wasteland goblin, hitting it with a 1. He's not going to kill it anyway, which it blocks. The universe balances out. Okay, monster's turn. We have some monsters on the board now, and it could be just about any one of these guys that's going to come up and hit Hogard. Even the wasteland goblins can still get up there. I guess the wasteland orc in the back probably can't, but there's no reason for the orc archer to move. Who's it going to be? 4. Let's see. So if we count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possibilities, then yeah, just 1, 2, 3, 4 is what makes the most sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mountain Goblin swings its axe at Hogard, hitting him with a 1. They're really just getting the light infantry out of the way. He blocks that 1, but look at that, just barely. His defense was 4 skulls. Okay, Moonstone. We're just going to move her 1, 2. There's really not much she can do. Could anybody use a healing spell right at the moment? Is anybody particularly far down? Thraken's down to 8. Hogard's still at full health. Ragnar's down to 7. She's down to 7. She might go ahead and use her pixie. Her pixie spell only gives somebody 2 body points. Yeah. I think Ragnar might actually be the one that makes the most sense. Although she's carrying the elixir of life, so if she dies, she can't use it on anybody. That sucks a little bit. Yeah, let's use it on Ragnar. No point in deliberating for too long. It's only 2 body points. That's going to put him back up to 9. Just kind of encourage everybody to barge in there, essentially. As long as Hogard can get rid of this goblin. Although that does make things awkward, because we don't want Thraken to charge in there by himself. Okay. Ragnar is going to come back here and shoot at that goblin, as long as Ragnar can get rid of this goblin. Fires an arrow from his crossbow, hitting that goblin with a 3, which, yes, is a skilled strike on mountain goblins, even with the difficulty chart. That guy is super dead. Nice job, Ragnar. I've been ragging on Ragnar for the last several quests. He's actually doing pretty good tonight. Let's charge some people in. We can only get Hogard and Thraken in there right at the moment, but I think they'll be okay. And then we'll get Moonstone and Ragnar in there as soon as we can as well. We haven't searched the room for traps, which is a little bit of a problem. Okay, Hogard, are we searching for traps? Yes. There are no traps in that room. So now that he can't attack, let's get him in this kind of defensive position right here, so that at least only 2 monsters can hit him instead of totally surrounding him. Let me shuffle my randomizer here real quick. Okay. Thraken, on the other hand, is free to just go in there and hit. Now, I don't think we want him going up to the Chaos Warrior, because even if he manages to one-shot that guy, he'll get totally surrounded. 2, 3, 4. So I still think this is the smartest move. And in this case, he probably should try and wear down that Chaos Warrior. So Thraken loads an arrow into his bow and fires at the Chaos Warrior, but misses, so I guess it didn't matter. Darn. Okay, this monster's turn ought to be interesting, so we need to determine who is everybody going for. Let's start with that Femur. That Femur theoretically has any of the 4 options, and it is going to go for Thraken. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all of its movement, too. Femur swings a fist at Thraken and misses him. Okay, whatever. Chaos Warrior. Oh, I didn't send him to Thraken. I sent him to Hogard. Whatever. Dumb brain. Okay, the Chaos Warrior is also going for Hogard. 1, 2, 3. Chaos Warrior swings his axe at the dwarf, hitting him with a 4. Ouch. Hogard blocks 2 and takes 2. Like I said, that is the first damage he's taken today. So he's down to 9. Wasteland Goblin right there. Let's see, we need to block off Hogard. He is going to go for Thraken. 1, 2. Swings his axe at Thraken, hitting him with a 1. Which Thraken defends just barely. What about the other Wasteland Goblin? Can he even make it out there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can make it to Ragnar. Let's force that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swings its sword at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1. Which Ragnar does not block. Dropping him to 8. See, we got 2 mountain orcs and a wasteland orc. That wasteland orc probably can't move like hardly at all, right? Only 3. Yeah, we'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll just kind of move him where he can. The other 2 orcs, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's totally within reason. This mountain orc swings its axe at Moonstone, hitting her with a 1, which she does not block. The dice are turning against the heroes. This drops her to 6. Can we get a little closer to this? This camera doesn't like to stay down. Yeah, that's at least a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mountain Orc on Thraken. Swinging its sword, hits him with a 1. Which he also does not block. Dropping him to 7. The Orc Archer could hit either Thraken or Hogard. He is going for Hogard. Putting an arrow in his bow, he fires at the dwarf, hitting him with a 2. Hogard blocks. Wow, that's some bad news right there. That's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, time to pull out the stops. What do we have? Moonstone. All she's got is healing stuff, so she may not be able to help much unless somebody's getting particularly low on body points. She is starting to get low, but she's not at an uh-oh point yet, so let's go ahead and hold off on that. Let's see if by chance she can get rid of this orc. She swings her wooden staff, hitting it with a 1. It doesn't block, it's not dead, but she did manage to damage it. And that is all she's going to be able to do right at the moment. Ragnar, surely he can cut his way through this goblin. Swings his battle axe. and misses. However, we're going to use Imperial Training. This is one of Ragnar's knight skills. Use the skill directly after you've just rolled to attack, defend, or move. You may ignore your roll and roll again. So again, he swings his battle axe. That's a little better. Hitting the Wasteland Goblin with a 2. Which it does not defend. It is indeed dead. This means Ragnar can move up here so that he can help out with this Chaos Warrior. Hogard, what have you got? He's got a potion of defense, but that's not really helpful to him right at the moment. He's still got a lot of health and high defense dice already. Is he going to try and get rid of the Chaos Warrior or the Femur? He's going to try and get rid of the Chaos Warrior. Maybe between him and Ragnar, they can take it out pretty easy. He swings his battle axe, hitting it with a 3. That's a good hit. And it doesn't block any. Now that would have killed it, except for our difficulty chart. It still has 1 body point left, but that was a very, very good hit. Right, he did search this room for traps. He's going to go ahead and search the room for secret doors as well, and there are none. And this takes us over to Thraken. Okay, I said pull out all the tricks, but I guess Ragnar's really the only one who has any. Okay, Hogard, are we getting rid of the orc or the goblin? He's going for the orc. He swings his battle axe, hitting the orc with a 1. The orc does not defend, but again, it is not dead. Nothing more he can search for, so that is it. Okay, we've got kind of a scary monster's turn here again. Let's start with Moonstone here. Actually, this orc here, we could have him attack either one of them. And it's actually going to turn around and attack Ragnar for some reason. Mountain Orc swings its axe at Ragnar, hitting him with a 2. Ragnar blocks 1, but not the other. Which drops him to 7 body points. Okay, let's take a look at Thraken's situation here, because he's kind of getting hit by both of these guys. Wasteland Orc swings its axe, but misses him. I said orc, Wasteland Goblin. Mountain Orc swings its sword, hits him with a 1, which he doesn't block, dropping him to 6. We got, yeah, this guy's just going to crowd up in here. Wasteland Femmer hitting Hogard with a fist. Hits him with a critical hit of 3. Hogard blocks 2 and takes 1, dropping him to 8 body points. The Chaos Warrior, who is it hitting? It is actually also going to turn and swing for Ragnar. Boy, these guys don't like Ragnar. Swings his axe. Hits Ragnar with a 3. Ragnar blocks 1 and takes 2. This is a bad quest to not have very many potions of healing. And finally, the Orc Archer, who could hit anybody other than Moonstone, is going to go for Thraken this time. Putting an arrow in its bow and firing, it hits Thraken with a 1. Which he blocks, just barely. Okay, we've got ourselves a mess here. Okay, now Ragnar's starting to get down into an uh-oh zone. So I think this probably may not be a bad idea for Moonstone to hit him with another healing spell. Thraken's starting to get a little low too, and so is she. Okay, but Ragnar does have his own healing thing. Okay, let's hold off on that. Hopefully she can get rid of this orc. We're gonna have Moonstone attack that orc. With her wooden staff, she hits it with a 1, which it does not block. It is indeed dead. Which means she can get up here a little closer to the action. Ragnar now, trying to get rid of that Chaos Warrior. They did land plenty of damage on him last turn. Let's see if they can get rid of him the rest of the way. Ragnar swings his battle axe, hitting that guy with a critical hit of 4. And you know what? Because of the damage, that is indeed a skilled strike that Chaos Warrior couldn't possibly defend. It is super dead. Nice. Oh, Dad's here. I've gotten so behind. Are we still in Kellar's Keep? Yes, we are on the final quest of Kellar's Keep tonight. We had a whole bunch of uh-oh in this room here. Okay, Ragnar, what are we doing here? Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a risk. Ragnar's going to use his second action for movement, and then he is going to use his rallying call. Now, using this skill is not an action. That's why he can still do it even though he's attacked and moved. What rallying call does: the knight and every hero in the same room or corridor may roll 2 extra defense dice until there are no longer any monsters in the knight's line of sight. So this is going to affect everybody but Moonstone, because Moonstone's not in the same room. But everybody else in here is getting 2 extra defense dice for as long as this battle is going on. Okay, that takes us to Hogard, who is now just trying to get rid of this Femur right here. Hogard swings his battle axe, hitting the Femur with 2. And it blocks both. Ah, geez. That's disappointing. Okay, and Thraken in the other corner trying to get rid of one of these guys. Who's he attacking? He's going for the orc again, just like he did last time. Swings his battle axe, hitting the orc with a 2. The orc blocks 1. Luckily, it was already damaged, so it is dead. That's right, I forgot we had a wasteland orc over there too. I kind of feel like he ought to go over there to that orc archer and try to get rid of it, because it is causing so many issues. Yeah, I think that is what we're gonna do. Can he roll a decent amount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna roll him right up to this orc archer to see if we can get rid of that on the next turn. Okay, monster's turn. This is a lot less going on now. Nobody can get to Moonstone. Ragnar's got this wasteland orc on him, so let's take care of that. The wasteland orc swings its sword at Ragnar and hits him with a critical hit of 3. Ragnar only blocks 1, takes 2 points. This drops him to 3 body points. This wasteland goblin, is it going to go for Hogard or Ragnar? Or not Hogard, sorry, Thraken. It is going to go for Ragnar. Swings attacks at the knight, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. Hogard just has the Femur. The Femur swings a fist at the dwarf, hitting him with a critical hit of 3. The rallying call gives Hogard an obscene number of defense dice. He blocks the attack, but look at that, just perfectly. Only 3 white dice in those 7 dice that we just did. Only 3 white shields, rather. And then, of course, our orc archer is going to move slightly away so that it can continue to fire at Thraken, loading an arrow in its bow and firing at the barbarian, hitting him with a 2. Which he blocks. Again, just barely. Only 2 white shields out of 6 dice. Ridiculous. Moonstone. We're gonna move her into the doorway. Now she could heal Ragnar, but again, he's got that heal body scroll. I think that'd be better. He could heal himself. So let's do this. Let's see if she can get rid of one of these monsters. So theoretically, she could see any of these 3 guys here. And we're just going to have her try to get rid of the wasteland goblins. It kind of makes sense. She's trying to get rid of the guy that's the easiest to get rid of. She sends a blast of energy from her redwood wand, hitting that goblin with a critical hit of 3. It does not block anything. It is dead. I seem to have closed the wasteland goblin drawer already. Whoops. Good. Okay, Ragnar, we need to get rid of these guys too. Let's see if Ragnar can just go ahead and get rid of that wasteland orc he's standing right in front of. Swinging with his battle axe, he hits that orc with a 3. The orc does not block anything. It is dead. Apparently I need to get rid of my jacket. I'm rolling over top of it. There we go. Ah. Very nice, Ragnar. We might as well move him up here to the Femur. While we're on good streak here, let's see if Hogard can get rid of that Femur. These guys aren't easy to one-shot, but it's not impossible. Hogard swings his battle axe, hitting it with a 2. And it doesn't defend either. That would have killed it, except for our difficulty chart. It's still got a pretty good hit on it. Dad says this is pretty violent. Maybe they could just talk it out. Yeah. I suppose they didn't ask each other why they were there. Maybe this group of monsters was actually trying to rescue the Emperor too. Okay, Thraken is going to try and get rid of this archer here. Thraken swings his battle axe. Hitting him with a 1. Didn't defend it, but also not dead. So annoying. Nothing he can do. Yep. At least this room is getting down to almost nothing, so we're doing okay here. We really should have had Ragnar use that heal body scroll, but I totally forgot. At least he can do it in an emergency if he dies. Okay, monster's turn. We're starting with that Femur. Who is it attacking? It's gonna go for Ragnar. He senses that Ragnar is weak. The Femur throws a fist, hitting Ragnar with a 2. Ragnar blocks 1, dropping him to 2. And then the Orc Archer, which again is going to move very slightly so that it can continue to fire at Thraken. Loading an arrow, it misses entirely. All right, heroes, let's see if we can finish this battle up, okay? Moonstone, who is she gonna shoot at? She's going to shoot at this Orc Archer, so we'll go ahead and move her into the room 1. She fires a blast of energy from her Redwood Wand at the Orc, hitting it with a critical hit of 3. Because it is damaged, that is a skilled strike. That Orc is super dead. Get out of here. Now we just got to get rid of this Femur. Okay, Ragnar. First things first, he is going to use his heal body spell scroll, which essentially just means he gets 4 body points back. Going to put that back in the pile there. We'll erase that off of his character chart. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This puts him back up to 6 body points, which is a little bit more doable. Then he is going to swing his battle axe at the Femur, hitting it with only 1. But luckily it does not defend, and that was the only body point it had left, so it is indeed dead. Nice. Well, that was an ordeal. Boy. Okay, Ragnar. Is he going to search for treasure with his other option or action or leave? By the way, his rallying call has worn off now. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, using the heal body spell scroll was not an action. So, attacking his second action, treasure, leave, because he likes to search for treasure. He's leaving. Something about that battle kind of left a bad taste in his mouth. I guess he's headed out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll go ahead and have him open this door. In the green room, there is another door. Believe it or not, we are actually almost to the end of this quest. This quest isn't super long. It's just some of these battles can get kind of lengthy. In this room, there is an alchemy table, or an alchemy bench, and nothing else. Ragnar, are we stopping here? No. Where was he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Luckily, none of those squares are trapped. That is it for his turn. Hogard. Are we searching for treasure or leaving? He's doing the treasure search. Let's see what he finds. Surprisingly, you don't get anything special for that battle. Placed carefully on a rack, you find an ornate but obviously blunt dagger. The dagger is worth 25 coins. Nice. It's going to put us up to 790. Worth it to save up some gold there for sure. Okay, with Hogard's second action, he can go ahead and move. Not very fast though. 1, 2. And Thraken. Leaving the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is he going to go with Ragnar or continue down the hallway? He's going in there with Ragnar. Although nobody searched. Now that we know he wants to go that way, is he going to search for traps first? Yes, he is. There are no traps in that green room. No monsters on the board, again, for the first time in what feels like forever. So we are right back to Moonstone the Druid. And we're just gonna have her and Hogard continue on down the hallway. 1, 2, again, not very quickly apparently. Ragnar, what are we doing in this room? Secret doors, treasure, or leave? He's doing treasure. Let's see what Ragnar finds. He finds a potion of warmth, which is mostly useless at this point. This will come in handy for frozen horror, but right now, if in an emergency, it will give him 1 body point, or if he still has it by the end of the quest, we can sell it for 75 more coins. Either way. Second action, secret doors or leave. He's gonna leave. 1, 2, he opens the door into this red room. In the red room, there is a cupboard, a chest, and 2 mountain orcs. One here and one here. Now Ragnar can't do anything about this, but he does have movement left technically. Is he stopping here? Yes, he is. All right, Hogard the dwarf. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's actually go up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now that Hogard can see up here, there is actually a wasteland orc somewhere. There we go. Standing right here. Okay, Hogard, are we going to stop and search for traps or fire at this guy? He's gonna fire at that guy. Loading an arrow into his crossbow. Whoa, he hits that orc with a critical hit of 3. The orc does not defend. That orc did not have a chance. Hogard was mad and he's not taking any crap. Okay. Thraken the Barbarian, standing in the entrance to this green room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is he going to stop and search for secret doors, or is he going up into that red room? Yes, he's going to stop and search this green room for secret doors, and there are none. Okay, monster's turn. We got a couple of things happening. One of these mountain orcs is going to come down there to attack. It's going to be this one. 1, 2. Mountain orc swings its cleaver at Ragnar, hitting him with a 2, which he does not block, dropping him to 4 body points. Jeez, Raggy, come on. One more thing, there is another wasteland orc standing right here. And that orc will have just seen his buddy get pummeled by an arrow. 1, 2, 3. Oh, can they only move 3 wasteland orcs? Yeah, they can only move 3. So we're just going to reveal that orc and have it start coming down this way. All right, Moonstone. She's back here, and she's going to be headed where Hogard is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and she actually can't take that last step. However, she is close enough to search this area for either traps or secret doors. She's going for traps. Okay. And just so that we can define the area that we're searching, the square that Hogard is standing on, all the way up to the square where that orc was, no traps. Okay, Ragnar. Fighting an orc. Swinging his battle axe, hits the orc with a 1. Which the orc doesn't defend, but unfortunately it's not dead. You guys got to quit swinging 1s. Now he could throw his magic throwing dagger, but again, on an orc, not really what you want to be doing. Okay. Why did my brain stop? Okay, it's Hogard. Just totally forgot what I was doing there for a second for some reason. Okay, Hogard is going to move up 1, 2, 3 and attack this other Wasteland Orc. Let's see if he can get rid of it like he did the other one. Swinging his battle axe, he hits this Orc with a 2. But it blocks 1. Survived, but not by much. Okay, Thraken. Ah, Justin is back. Must be time to get ready to go to work, right? The heroes are doing, medium. Thraken is going to shoot at that Orc up there, loading an arrow into his short bow. He fires at the Orc, hitting it with a 2. The Orc does not defend either hit, which means it is dead. Unfortunately, I like money though, yes. I envy you for that willpower just a little bit. I don't know, I also like money, but I don't know if I like money that much. Would it gain Thraken anything to walk in there? They haven't searched it for traps, so no, not really. Okay, let's stop it there. Monster's turn. Wasteland Orc is attacking Hogard, swinging his mace, but misses. Meanwhile, another Mountain Orc pops out from the corner and swings a sword at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1. Which, of course, he doesn't block, because he just can't block stuff anymore. This drops him to 3 body points. Now we're going to need Moonstone to go in there and heal him, because that's getting ridiculous. Okay, it is her turn, so let's go ahead and just do that. 1, 2. Moving her back these 2 puts Ragnar within her line of sight. She's going to go ahead and cast Rain of Restoration on him, which heals him 5 body points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Puts him back up to 8 body points, and it is his turn now. He swings his battle axe at the Orc, hitting it with a 2. The Orc blocks both. Come on. Okay, but he can search that room for something. Is it going to be traps or secret doors? He is searching that upper room for traps, and he discovers that the chest in the corner is trapped. Okay, over to Hogard fighting this Wasteland Orc. See if he can finish this thing off. Swings his axe and hits it with a 2. It blocks 1, but not the other. It is dead. All right, Hogard, let's get moving. But not very fast, apparently. 1, 2, 3. So Hogard is now looking into the double wide. Let's switch cameras and bring that over here to the double wide. There is another wall right here, but that is all there is to reveal, and Hogard doesn't have any more actions. Justin says, it's for Xavier, probably wouldn't work harder for myself. Yeah, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Got to get that money for the birthday present, absolutely. Okay, and that leaves us with Thraken shooting at that Mountain Orc, loading another arrow into his short bow and firing. He hits the Orc with a 1, which it does not defend, but it wasn't damaged, so it's not dead. Hogard can't do any other searching though, can he? Or I keep calling him Hogard. Thraken. Nope, he sure can't. Okay, monster's turn. It's just that Mountain Orc. So the Mountain Orc is attacking Ragnar, swinging its sword and hitting him with a 1. Ragnar blocks, just barely. Okay, Moonstone. We need to get her up there with Hogard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This does leave her with the ability to search that same kind of squarish area for secret doors, and there are none. This is going to take us back to Ragnar. Come on, Raggy, get rid of this guy. Ragnar swings his battle axe at the Orc. Hitting it with a 1. The orc luckily does not defend. It is indeed dead. Good lord, Ragnar. Okay, now that chest is trapped. But he can walk up to it. He can't disarm it yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, but we can do that on the next turn. Hogard is going to potentially head up that hallway. Is he going to search for traps first? No, he is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what he sees is the door. Oh man. 1 second. The door collapsed on its way to the location. Here we go. The door leading to Kellar's Keep. The end of the book. A wall. Grin's Crag, which is a steep cliff. Okay. And that is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he has one more movement left. Is he going to stop there and search for traps? No, he's not. 7. Now he does have another action, and he is left with several options. Search for traps in the double wide, secret doors in the double wide, traps in the hallway he's looking down, secret doors in the hallway he's looking down. And he is going to go strangely with secret doors in the double wide, and there are none. This really is pretty much where they're at. Okay, back over to Hogard. No, he is Hogard. Why do I keep calling poor Thraken Hogard? I don't know why. Okay, Thraken. Now that red room hasn't been searched for secret doors, but Ragnar can handle that. Let's get Thraken back over to the other action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 9. There he is, right there. So we're headed up there, and we have to know that this isn't going to end without a fight. Plus, Grin's Crag has its own set of challenges for walking across it. Okay, no monsters on the board. That means it is Moonstone's turn. We're going to go ahead and switch the camera and see where she goes. 1, 2, 3. Is she going to search this area for traps? Yes, she is. There are no traps in the double wide. I mean, I guess she could have just taken the same path Hogard did. How's Hogard's health? Yeah, he's still kind of doing the best out of all of them. Okay. Back up to Ragnar. Ragnar is going to attempt to disarm the trap on this chest. He's got a toolkit, so he just needs a shield of either color. Indeed, he did. So he has successfully disarmed the trap. That means he can search for treasure. And in this chest is 350 gold coins. That's not nothing. So let's see, that would be 840. 1,140 is what that puts us up to. I hope that math was correct. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, okay, that was both of Ragnar's actions, so it is now Hogard's turn. Actual Hogard. Hogard the dwarf. And as he steps onto this last space before we hit Grin's Crag, at the other end of Grin's Crag, we find the final boss, I suppose you could say, of Kellar's Keep, which is a souped-up gargoyle. This is the Guardian. Let's read about this. As soon as the hero moves onto the square marked C, which is where Hogard is, the Guardian of Grin's Crag, a gargoyle with 4 body points, will appear on the square marked X. The Guardian is immune to long-range attacks and spells, and can make long-range attacks itself. Okay, so this is technically a boss, so it's actually going to have 5 body points instead of 4. While moving along Grin's Crag, every hero must begin their turn by rolling 1 combat die. If a black skull is rolled, the hero loses their footing and ends their turn. They must then roll another combat die. If a second black shield is rolled, the hero falls into the abyss, never to be seen again. And that is very, very bad news for those heroes, because it means doesn't matter how much health you have, you can't get their stuff back. There's no elixir of life healing them. They're just gone. So definitely dangerous. Justin says, I also do set a boundary too. I never work my days off. I'll go in extra on the days I gotta go anyway, but never a day off. That's a good way to handle that for sure. I really hated when Whirlpool would make us do overtime on Saturdays. Like, man, you already are dragging me here every day of the week. Don't take away these extra days too. But of course they just viewed it as, what do you mean? We're paying you. As if that makes a difference. Okay, now Hogard did have a little bit of his movement left, but unless he can get all the way up to the Guardian, it's not going to help him too much. Yeah, the Guardian can't hit him from where he's at, but if he moves up there, it will. So let's actually just kind of keep him off Grin's Crag just for the moment. And then we are going to move back to Thraken, who is also on his way up there to help. Now, one thing that really sucks about this boss fight, because this boss is immune to long-range attacks and spells, it means only one hero can fight him. Unless a hero gets passed through rock or Veil of Mist, which nobody did. Yeah, so this is going to have to be one hero doing this. And every turn that they spend fighting, also risking falling into the abyss and dying forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our barbarian is headed up there. Can't really do too much to help. Yeah. It's too bad. Ragnar has that concentrated attack left that would help him be the one to get rid of it. Of course, he's lagging behind. Okay, let's move Moonstone. It's the monster's turn, but the Guardian doesn't move. So the Guardian is not going to move within range of Hogard. It's not until they get closer to it. Okay, so Moonstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Does Hogard need healing? No, he's still doing pretty good. Okay. Ragnar. Kind of on camera. There he is. He's going to go ahead and search this room for secret doors. There are none, just to kind of complete it. And then he's going to also head out towards the heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep, we moved him off camera. There he is. He's on his way. We might flip him out with Hogard if Hogard isn't doing well. Okay, so we want Hogard to get a pretty good roll there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got to get at least 7 to actually make it up to the Guardian to hit it. Okay, see, now that's not any good. I mean, that would be flat out stupid to have him go out there like that. Yeah, no, there's literally no benefit in making him do that. Maybe you die forever roll just because he didn't get a good enough roll. Okay, we're going to hold it. Now, if Thraken gets a really good roll, maybe we'll send him down there, but he also didn't. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing. Again, the Guardian is not going to move. If it did, it would be within range of hitting Hogard, but we kind of want to bait them out onto Grin's Crag, so we don't want that Guardian to move. Okay, that brings us to Moonstone. If Thraken ends up being the one to go out there, he's kind of down on body points. Okay, we're going to have her cast her Life Force spell on Thraken, just in case he gets the movement roll to get out there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This puts him back up to 10 body points. And other than that, we're just going to move her up one. Okay, Ragnar. Only got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's really the one I'd like to be going out there, and of course he's the one that's way far behind. Okay, Hogard, get a good roll, man. That's more like it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now Hogard doesn't have to do the maybe you die forever roll until the beginning of his next turn, but he's guaranteed to have to do it at least once here. At least he got up to this boss so that he can make an attack. Make it a good one, Hogard. He swings his battle axe. That's pretty good, hitting the boss with a 3. And it doesn't defend any of them. Oh, excellent. That went just about as good as it could. He couldn't have possibly one-shot the boss with our difficulty chart, but that went really, really well. Now again, it would be stupid of us to send 2 heroes out onto that, right? Because every turn they're out there, they might die. None of them can attack the boss. Okay. Now you guys know me, I really, really despise skipping any hero's turn entirely because I feel like if one player was playing each hero, they'd be very unlikely to be willing to skip their turn. But strategically speaking, I think that it makes sense to just leave Thraken right there. So even if he moves here, he's potentially blocking Hogard from a safe space if Hogard needs to run away from that battle. So I think we're just going to leave him there for right now. And that is going to bring us to the Guardian of Grin's Crag's turn. It swings its serrated sword at the dwarf, only hitting him with a 1. It's a wimpy attack, boss. Surprisingly, Hogard does not defend that attack, dropping him to 7 body points. That's kind of ridiculous for 5 defense dice to not even defend 1. Okay, it is Moonstone's turn, but just like with Thraken, I don't think that there's anything that it's worth her doing right at the moment. Ragnar is headed up this way too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not very fast, but he's headed there. And we are back to Hogard. Can we finish this boss off? However, first we have to do the roll. Now remember, if he gets a black shield, he doesn't get to take the rest of his turn, and he has to roll again, and if he gets a second black shield, he falls off of Grin's Crag, and he's dead immediately with nothing they can do about it. Okay, he's good this time. There's only a 1/6 chance of rolling that black shield, so it's not high, but it's still scary every time. Hogard swings his battle axe, hitting the gargoyle with a 1. That's not going to kill it. And it blocks the attack. Oh, okay. And that leads us to Thraken. And I'm fighting with myself about sending Thraken out there to be backup for Hogard, but I just think it's unnecessary risk. It's just me not wanting to skip Thraken's turn. Okay, monster's turn. The Guardian swings its serrated... Oh, it's got an axe too. Why did I think it had a whip? I'm thinking of the old gargoyle. Swings its serrated sword at the dwarf, hitting him with a 3. And again, he does not block any of those hits, dropping him to 4 body points. Okay, Moonstone. It's too bad she doesn't have any healing spells left. There is nothing she can do right at the moment, so we're just going to leave her there. Ragnar, however, kind of the next best option to go out there because of his concentrated attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll leave him there for right now. Okay, Hogard, it's kind of important that you land these last 2 hits on this move. Hogard swings his battle axe at the Guardian. Ugh, hitting it with a 1. Come on, man. It doesn't block at least, but it's still not dead. Oh, I forgot. We need to determine if he if he trips. Okay, he doesn't. We would have had to have negated that damage if he did. And I'm just curious now, would he get enough moves to get back off of Grin's Crag? Yes, he would. Okay. I think we should. Because the boss could one-shot him right now as things stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He did really, really good. Let's see what Thraken rolls. Can Thraken get out there and finish that boss off? He wouldn't get out there. So again, it's kind of a silly thing. Okay. Well, now that the boss is down to almost nothing, I do think that we should move it. Where do we need to put him? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna move the boss 2 squares. 1 and 2. Still does plenty of kind of baiting them out onto that. And this puts him in range to shoot at Hogard. He shoots a beam of energy at Hogard, hitting the dwarf with a 2. And again, Hogard does not defend either of those hits, dropping Hogard to 2 body points. Man, why is he not defending? He's got 5 defense dice. Okay, our druid still can't really do anything because you can't shoot at that boss. Let's see if Ragnar gets a nice roll. Yeah, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Ragnar is gonna use his concentrated attack skill. Using this does not count as an action. For the next 3 times you attack, you may roll 2 additional attack dice. Because he rolled 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't have to do the maybe he slips and falls roll until the next turn. He is now going to use his first concentrated attack on the boss. The boss only got 1 body point left. Ragnar swings his axe, hitting the boss with a 3. A little disappointing, but not bad. The boss blocks 1, but not the other 2, meaning Ragnar is successful in killing the Guardian of Grin's Crag. Now, we just have to get everybody across that bridge without anybody falling and dying. We're gonna mark this on Ragnar's achievements. Very nice. And it is now Thraken's turn. Now I'm not going to cheese this. I'm not just going to keep rolling until they get enough to just walk all the way over it. We're going to do it for real. And see, rolling stupid moves like that, Thraken, is what's going to get you killed. 1, 2, and 3. If we're doing this fair. We're not cheesing this. We just got to get everybody across Grin's Crag without anybody falling and dying. Okay, Moonstone the Druid. Ah, geez, can't we get at least 112? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ragnar has to start his turn with the uh-oh roll. And he's good. He moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, crossing through the door and exiting the quest. Move the Crag a little bit there. Hogard. It's a pretty decent roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Thraken beginning his turn to see if he slips. He does not. Oh, come on, dice. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can't take his 5th move because Hogard is in the way. Okay, Moonstone. Starting her turn. Checking to see if she slips, and she does not. Okay, she's out of there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she is out of the quest. Hogard. Does not slip. And 1, 2, 3, 4 is able to leave the quest. Finally, Thraken is fine. Oh, geez. That was ridiculous. And still, 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't actually roll enough to go out the door. Oh, isn't that frustrating? I'm gonna leave him there. Because on the next timing, we'd roll him again and he goes out. So that is it. That is the quest book complete. So let's do some cleanup. Let's talk about the heroes getting their stuff, and then we will read the conclusion to book 2 so that tomorrow night we can get started on book 3. So first off, for completing the quest, surviving heroes get 50 coins apiece. That usually means we get 200 coins, which is the case. That's going to put us up to 1,340 coins. We're also going to sell off the Potion of Warmth that Ragnar found, which is going to give us another 75 coins, which is going to put us up to 1,415. There we go. And then we'll gather up any unused items. Spells and skills, we got a couple that still need to be put away. Okay, let's talk about skill sets. So the other thing that surviving heroes get are 2 skill set points. Each hero gets 2 skill set points, which they must use immediately. There are 6 skill set categories, 10 levels in each skill set. The different hero classes benefit from these differently, and there's not a reward for every single level, but there's always something good for maxing something out. So, Moonstone. Moonstone has been an interesting and valuable player since the very beginning. She was actually the one who killed Varag the Gargoyle in the trial quest, which I renamed Felmarg's Tomb. This was her 10th total quest, and she was definitely acting as the healer this time. So she used all of those spells, so she did it well too. Let's see what her points are. Her first skill set point tonight is going to go to Constitution level 2, which is going to bump her up to 11 total body points. Excuse me. Very handy. And her second point is going to be Combat level 1, which I imagine probably isn't anything for her. That is true. She doesn't get anything until level 3 in combat, but still, very good show. Very nice. Happy she was one of the ones on the quest. Ragnar. Now, he had to get healed several times in this quest because he was just rolling garbage defense, but he was the one who finished off the boss. He has been performing very badly the last few quests that he's been on. This was also his 10th quest, and this quest finally, he was kind of making up for that. He was doing some pretty good stuff here. His first point is going to be Magic Memorization level 3, which whatever. Okay, so he gets something at level 4 as long as he also has Magic Skill 3, which he does. He's working towards getting spells. Okay. And then his other point is going to be Constitution level 3, which is nothing, but Constitution level 4 will get him another body point. So he's working up towards some interesting stuff there. Hogard Redmantle, the dwarf. I'm disappointed that he wasn't able to land the killing blow on the boss. I think he would have if we had let him stay there, but I got nervous that the boss was gonna critical hit kill him, so we moved him out of the way. See, Hogard almost got the killing blow on the boss. This was also his 10th ever quest. Hogard was one of the heroes on our first ever episode. His first point is going to be Constitution level 4, which gives him a 12th body point. Very nice, as always, that is super handy. And his second point is Education level 3. Education increases mind points, however level 3 is nothing for him. And finally we have Thraken the Bold, who probably did just about the best this quest, got damaged probably about the least. He was on call for most of the hard fights. This was also his 10th ever quest. His first point is going to be Machinery level 4. Machinery has to do with disarming traps. This is nothing, however at level 6 he'll gain access to the Danger Sense skill. And his second point is going to be Magic Skill 3, whatever. So we've got some non-typical magic classes going for magic, which I guess that's interesting. It's weird, but whatever. Okay, let's read the conclusion to Book 2. The door opened into the darkness of Kellar's keep. From far above came the thunder of battle. The forces of Zargon were making their final assault. This time, there could be no holding them. The Emperor assembled his elite force of Guardian Knights, determined to organize one last line of defense. Then came the news. A group of heroes had found a secret passage into Kellar's keep. Escape was now possible. Without hesitation, the Emperor ordered his army to fall back towards the secret passage. Kenneron, the captain of the Emperor's Guardian Knights, stood bravely at the gate, giving his fellow soldiers and the wounded time to escape. Zargon and his foul forces could not be permitted to follow. Time and time again, the evil Doom Guard surged forward, only to be felled by Kenneron's sword. Zargon watched for a while and smiled wryly at Kenneron's courage and skill at arms. A moment later, Zargon's patience was spent. Kenneron fell before a searing storm of flame that burst against the gate. But it was too late. Zargon's warriors howled in anger, for the escape passage had been destroyed. The Emperor and his army were safe. Aside from the successful rescue of the Emperor, there is further good news. Zargon made a grave mistake pursuing the Emperor's army across the land. There is now no doubt that he has returned in full force and intends to destroy all that we have built. The elves from Athelorn and the scattered Dwarven clans have agreed to assist the Empire in defeating Zargon. You have done well, brave heroes. The Emperor has asked me to express his gratitude. You have received 2,000 gold coins for your efforts, and he has also sent one of his elite Guardian Knights to join your ranks. But do not let victory deceive you. A dark cloud still hangs over the Empire as the forces of chaos and dread grow stronger. We must now deal with the Witch Lord before he becomes strong enough to bring the full force of the undead to Zargon's aid. I shall look for ways to delay Zargon's direct advance. For now, rest well, my friends. Once I have consulted Lore Tome, I shall summon you. And just like that, Book 2 of the campaign is complete. And we have gained a new hero. I'll go ahead and put this under one of the better cameras. One of the commanders of the Guardian Knights. This mini came with HeroQuest Rise of the Dread Moon and is one of my favorite minis. Now, I actually do have the commanders of the Guardian Knights that are super, super rare. I think Justin made a short about this that I have those, but we put it up to a vote, and by a very small margin, this guy won. Now, we also put up a vote for this guy's name, and the name that won was Sir Rowan Talbot. Or Talbot, I suppose it would be. Sir Rowan Talbot is going to be this guy's name. So we're going to get a character sheet made up for him. And I would say it's pretty likely that we're going to be seeing him on tomorrow night's quest at the beginning of Book 3 so that we can test him out. Now, functionally, he's the same as Ragnar. So he gets the knight skills, but he is going to be starting from the beginning. So he's not going to have a whole bunch going on. By the way, if you are interested in being involved in some of these votes, and some conversation and talking about the lore and certain things like that, there is a pinned comment here that is a link to join our Discord. So you can join the Midnight Quest Discord if you would like to. If you're watching this and you have not already joined that, please feel free to do so. Having said that, kind of the same thing here. If you happen to be watching right now and you haven't followed us here on Twitch, that would be super, super appreciated. That really helps out the channel. And we also recently got the alert set up, and we haven't seen that on stream yet. We haven't seen the follow alert on stream. So that is, oh. Thank you, thank you. Now we've officially seen the alert, and that's interesting. I thought that was a different one. We set up 2, and that's not the one I expected to see. So big thanks. I'm gonna absolutely butcher your name, so apologies for that. Is it Rukoro? Thank you for the follow. Really, really appreciate that. We have plenty more to come. That's so neat. I'm glad we got to see that on stream. That's the first time we've gotten to see the alert. Super cool. We also have a YouTube channel. If you're curious on catching up on the story so far, you can catch all previous episodes of Midnight Quest, including quests, painting streams, and daily shorts over on that YouTube channel, where we would also appreciate the subscribe and all the content creatory stuff. We are doing this every single night of the week at midnight Eastern Time. Quests on Fridays, Saturdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. Painting streams where my wife is painting these minis on Sundays and Wednesdays, and on Thursdays we are doing creative / lore streams, and we would love to have you and everybody else that you know here spread the word. That would be super awesome to see a bunch of new faces now that we are getting into book 3 of our 14-book campaign. Should be an interesting one. So thank you everybody for watching, whether you're watching this right now, whether you're watching it live. Oh, I said the name right. All right, score. Thanks, Rukoro. Absolutely, good to see you. Glad you enjoyed what you saw. So we will be back again tomorrow night, Saturday night, for the very first quest of Book 3. So again, thank you all for watching, whether you're watching this right now or whether you're watching it later on YouTube or before Twitch has gotten rid of the VOD. We appreciate every second of time that anybody spends watching this, and we hope you enjoy what you see, what you hear, because all the background music is also stuff that we've actually recorded ourselves. It's either a band that I'm in called After Winter or a solo album I did where I played everything. So everything we do here is totally for real, if you will. All right, thank you guys one more time for watching. I know I say it a bunch, but I really genuinely do appreciate it. And we will catch you guys tomorrow here at midnight Eastern Time. I almost said Central Time for some reason. That's totally wrong. Midnight Eastern Time tomorrow night for another quest. We'll catch you guys then.